time to dish with D. That's me. It's time for another hummus. But this isn't just any hummus video. This is a mini collab video. My girl Kim, my girl on her phone, you all know Kim. I will have her list in the description box below. She was making a pumpkin pie hummus. I go, Kim, I'm making pumpkin cheesecake hummus. Why don't we do our peeps a favor and put them out together and make it a little mini collab? Because I know my guys and my gals, we love our pumpkin. And Kim and I will be saying pumpkin throughout this video. So if you're the grammar police, we know it has a P, but we just choose not to say it. So this is a pumpkin hummus. This is not, it's time for pumpkin, y'all. So mine is a pumpkin cheesecake hummus. Why cheesecake D? I don't know. Why not? And stay tuned. Coming up will be tomorrow on Smoothie Sunday will be a pumpkin cheesecake smoothie, because your girl's got a big ass pumpkin can to use, and I'm gonna bring a little pumpkin week or pumpkin videos, whatever, you know. I'll do the best I can. So when you're done watching my video, take yourself over to my girl Kim and watch her pumpkin pie hummus. I wish I was there to taste hers, because I'm sure it's going to be fantabulous. So now, just so you know, I'm winging this as I most normally wing all my hummuses. So the ingredients might change, but I will definitely let you know what they are, and I will definitely have them written correctly on my recipe blog. And if you don't know what that is, in the description box below is a link to Blogspot, dishwithd@blogspot.com. I cannot post it on Facebook because Facebook calls it, I don't know, inappropriate or potential spam, or goes against, you know, standards. I'm not sure why it does. There's no porn on my site. There's just recipes. I'm not quite sure why. It's all I do on there is list. It's a recipe blog. It's all it has are recipes, one after the other. At the bottom, there's a search engine. Type in what you're looking for if you don't see it, because if it's an old one, it'll come up. And while you're down there in search, there's a little thing for email. If you put your email in and do the thing about find the 15 crosswalk stuff, which I know is annoying. But once you're in there and you're a member, it's totally free. When I upload my video on the Blogspot, it gets emailed to you. I think that's genius. And yes, you can thank me. But what's even better is because 9 times out of 10, it goes up on the blog before the video comes up. So the people who get the email, you're ahead of everybody else. Just so you know. That's a little secret from me to you. So you can do that. Again, cost you nothing. But that's where the recipe's printed. You can copy and paste it. There isn't a print function. I'm not quite sure why, but you can definitely copy and paste it. So easy. Or you can just keep it on your screen and make it, and it's just, that'll work as well. So let's get started. First, in my food processor, I have 2 cans. I actually have Goya today. I'm not sure if that makes a difference, but it's what I had. Rinsed and drained chickpeas. 2 cans. So what I like to do, and again, this is totally optional. You don't have to do this. But what I like to do is I like to process them a little bit first. I'm not sure if it makes for a smoother hummus. It's how I've always done it. So I kind of feel like that's my thing. But again, you know, you can throw everything in and just process it. But I'm going to turn you off. I'm going to process these. Just hit the pulse a few times to get them going. We're going to come back and we're going to add the rest of the ingredients. Okie dokie. I just processed these a few times in my processor. You can see it's just more like a chickpea powder. I did it a few times. Gives them a little bit of a head start. Is it necessary? I'm not quite sure, but that's what I've always done. So if you're a person who doesn't like the texture of hummus, maybe you should do that, because it will definitely help out. I think it does anyway. So we're going to add 1 box of our famous Jell-O sugar-free instant cheesecake pudding. Yes, we're adding the whole box. This is the only thing in this recipe that has points. And somebody told me recently that, Dee, are you sure your hummuses are 0? Because once you puree something, it has points. I checked with the coaches on WW way back when, and she said as long as it's a dip, you don't have to count it. So this is a dip. It's not like it's puree where I'm drinking my hummus with a straw. So I did check that with several coaches on the WW Connect app. So they all assured me that it is fine. The only thing, like I said, the only thing that has points is this cheesecake. Put the whole pack in there. It gives it the little cheesecakiness. And I'm going to start with a half a cup of pumpkin puree. Again, I'm not sure how much I'm going to need, but we're going to start. I can always add more. I don't want to put too much in, you know. So we're going to put a nice half cup of pumpkin. Going to put pumpkin pie spice. I'm going to start out with a half a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. Again, I can always up it up. I was going to use the Flavor God, but I know everybody doesn't have Flavor God, so I'm just going to go with traditional pumpkin pie spice. And let me tell you something. See what I'm saying? This cost $3 something at the store, where this cost me $6 something at Flavor God. So yeah, people ask me if the spices are worth it. I think they are. And we'll do a whole teaspoon of cinnamon, regular cinnamon. And if you ever have the chance to try the Vietnamese cinnamon, oh my goodness, you should. It is so good. I'm just using regular cinnamon right now. I don't have any Vietnamese. So we have that. Salt. Salt is so necessary because it just makes everything better. Just gonna pour a little bit in them. I'm gonna do half a teaspoon. Like I said, I can always add more. Always add more. I'm gonna do a little bit of cashew milk. I normally do 2/3 of a cup, but do 1/3. But with the pumpkin, I don't want to make it too watery, so we'll just do 1/3 of a cup. Like I said, I might need to add more pumpkin in here. I'm not sure, but we are winging this because I never made this before. But I figured, how hard could it be? I've made every other hummus known to man. So now I'm also going to put in, again, I like this, but I don't know, not everybody has these. These are called cheesecake drops. I have them listed in my Amazon store. There's just several different ones. Right now, this one is out of stock, but there's a New York cheesecake I also have listed. This one's about $6 or $7, and you only use a few drops every time. This is, I think, the key to making my cheesecake smoothies. It just gives it amps up the cheesecake pudding flavor. Do you need this? I don't think so, but I've already had it, so I've been using it. So if it's something you want to invest in, I think it's a good idea if you want to get it anyway. I am going to put, let me think, I'm going to put like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 drops. I could always add more. This stuff, they say you should only use a small amount. And I want to put some monk fruit sweetener. I use the monk fruit brand, and I am going to do a half cup of monk fruit. Again, I could always put more if I don't think it's sweet enough. We'll start with a half a cup. Okay. Get this out of the way. And I'm going to put you on hold, and I'm going to process it up. Okay, it's my first process. I do think it seems a little thick, so I'm actually going to do my usual amount of almond milk. So I'm going to put the other 1/3 cup in. I didn't want to rush to, because I didn't want it to, I couldn't unthicken it, but I don't think I'm going to need any xanthan gum because I think this is pretty thick enough with the pudding. So, all right, so our usual 2/3 of almond milk. Go into the blender. We're going to process it a little bit more. I let this run about a minute or two. I scrape and let it run another minute. So you always should scrape. It just gets all the stuff going. So I'll be right back to check it out. Okay, first taste test. It was light. Now, if you like it that way, then stick with that. But I upped my pumpkin another 1/4 cup. So instead of a half a cup, I went to 3/4 of a cup of pumpkin. I upped my pumpkin pie spice from a half a teaspoon to a full teaspoon. And I upped my monk fruit sweetener from half a cup to 3/4 of a cup. I felt it needed that, and I added a little extra salt. Now it is exactly where I want it to be. So I'm going to bowl it up. We're going to have it taste. Well, I'll taste on camera. I've already tasted it, so I know it's delicious. But I get to show it to you and how I plan on serving it. Ladies and gentlemen, you have yourself a fantastic pumpkin hummus. However you say it, it is delicious. Now, I didn't add any Greek yogurt. I don't feel it needs it, but if you choose to, put a couple teaspoons in. I don't think it would hurt it, but I like it the way it is, so I'm going to opt out of putting yogurt in here. But you know what? It would amp up the protein, and on blue and purple, it would not amp up the point. So if you want to add some yogurt, I say go for it. I'm just choosing not to. I just like it the way it is. But then, like I said, if you want to do it, It's not going to cost you any points. I was going to, but I'm actually liking it right now, so I'm not going to add it. I'll be right back to show you this all bowled up, and wait till you see what I'm going to do with it. I am so excited. Here you have your pumpkin cheesecake hummus. Look at all it made. I mean, you know what it costs for that itty bitty little container in the store? It's like $4.99. In the words of Kim, I ain't paying $4.99 for some beans and pumpkin. Here you've made this probably for under that, and look at the amount that you have. Wouldn't this make a beautiful presentation at a party? And let me tell you something, no one's going to know it's WW friendly. They're not. So I highly recommend trying this. Let me show you how I am going to try it. I have a portion dilled out for myself. I topped it with some Lily's chocolate chips, some salted roasted pepitas, which are pumpkin seeds, and a little bit of the Flavor God pumpkin seasoning. Again, you could top yours any way you want, but look at that. This is a 0 point amount of everything. And I have it served with some apple slices for 0, pretzels, depends on how many you have. This is 1 point's worth. And I have some homemade lavash, sugar, and cinnamon chips. I have a food prep that I did a couple weeks ago making these. I will link that video. If you've not made the sweet lavash, you need to. The whole sheet is 2 points. I don't even have the whole sheet here. I just have a few. It makes about, depending on how big you make them, you can get a decent amount of chips for 2 points. You can make half a sheet for 1 point. You can use any lavash, Joseph's, Artorias, whichever lavash you have. Cut them, spray them, sprinkle seasoning of choice, and bake them. But remember, they will bake quickly. So I know what you're saying, Dee, we need to try this. I highly agree. So let me pull you up and let's get started in trying these. And if you heard what I said about the pepitas, I also have nutstuff.com sent me these to try. They're delicious. They offer all my subscribers and followers 10% off. I do not work for Nutstuff. They don't pay me to do this. They sent me some free products to try. I did an unboxing, if I remember to list that. In the cards, I will, and you can see the great products. The prices this company has is incredible. I won't lie. I don't highly recommend a lot of things, but I highly recommend this company. Their prices are outstanding. And look at the size of these. I mean, look at these. See, roasted salted pepitas. They are pumpkin seeds. I keep mine in the freezer so they don't spoil because they are a nut and the oils on them will go bad. I mean, a bag this size, I'll have this for a while because I only use a teaspoon amount, which is 0 points because I'm cheap. So I have a link in my description box below to get 10% off. I highly recommend you check them out. At least check out and compare the prices. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, Dee was right. So yeah, that's my PSA for today. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. But we need to try this, don't we? So let me pull you up and let's have a taste. All right, let's have it. I'm going to taste one of each because so you can when something's that low in points. You could just have a little bit each. I'm so excited. So excited. Oh my gosh. I'm not sure which is better, the hummus or the chip. The hummus with the chip. So yes, if you're going to make this, you need to make these lavash chips. Now, I did sprinkle some cinnamon on my apple to make it look pretty. You don't have to. But again, this would be 0. Amazing. Oh my gosh. Dee, you've done it again. Am I surprised? So I'll need some apple. People, run, not walk. Get yourself these ingredients. I'm sure you have them on hand. I always keep cheesecake pudding on hand. I know pumpkin is hard to find, and I apologize if you can't find it. I do because I know there's somehow a pumpkin shortage, and I'm not sure why, but there is. So I heard Aldi has it, and I got mine at Walmart. So those are two places I'd recommend to find it, but I feel for you if you can't find it. I hope you enjoy this. Go check out Kim, a girl on her phone. Again, the link is listed. I bet hers is going to be just as good. I can guarantee it's going to be just as good. Maybe a little bit better. But go check out my girl Kim and give her some love and show her, tell her you came from my channel and you want to see her hummus. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you're coming from her channel, welcome. I hope you stay around and see what else I have to offer. You need to try this. Hummus is your friend the way that Dish with D makes it. Bring it to a party. People will not know it is Weight Watcherified. They're just going to know it's delicious. And they'll be like, oh my gosh, can I have that recipe? I mean, you could try the monk fruit brown. I just wanted to go traditional with the regular sugar because I didn't want competing flavors. I wanted the pumpkin to shine through, but you absolutely could use the brown sugar. I'm sure it would be just as good. But I was just going straightforward. So I will have the written recipe on Blogspot. Link down below. Go check it out. Have a great day. I hope you try it. And if you do, tag me. Show it in my Facebook group. If you haven't already joined my Facebook group, please join Dish with D's crew. Link is in the description. There's a lot of information in that description box, just so you know. There's my Facebook group. There's the Nut Stop 10% off. There's my page that I run. Yeah, go check it out. I will dish with you tomorrow. Have a great day.